Hi kindergarten friends, it's Mrs. Kearney again. Hope you all had a wonderful weekend. It was so nice to see the sun. We spent a lot of time outside this weekend. I am back to do a story with you. It's about spring again, so we can keep learning about spring and all the springtime things. I actually have my daughter Colleen with me, and my daughter Molly's helping me out. The other two had so much outdoor time that they didn't quite make the cut tonight. They were a little cranky. So our story this week is going to be, When Will It Be Spring? And the author is also the illustrator of this. Remember, the author is the person who writes the story. The illustrator is the person who does the pictures. And for this book, this is one of the authors and illustrators that I tell you wows me. This lady did both. She wrote this story and drew these beautiful pictures. And her name was Catherine Walters. So here we go. When will it be spring? And actually, while we read through it, let's see if you can think of any of the things we talked about with spring last week, when we talked about all the different spring things we see after winter. When will it be spring? Come inside, Alfie, said Mother Bear. It's time to sleep. And when you wake up, it will be spring. When will it be spring? Asked Alfie. And how will I know when it's here? Mother Bear replied, when the butterflies float by, looking for new flowers, then it will be spring. So Mama Bear gave Alfie his first clue about what to look for in springtime. See if you can remember one thing Mama told him. Give you a little think time. Colleen, can you think of something that she talked about?
How when the butterflies are looking for new flowers.
Yes.
For new flowers, it will be spring.
Exactly. So Mama said, when the butterflies fly by, looking for new flowers, then it will be spring. Those are two things we talked about last time, right? We talked about the flowers growing and butterflies. So Alfie is going to be looking for those two things. So Alfie snuggled down to sleep. But when he woke up, Alfie could not tell if spring had come or not. He tiptoed across the floor of the cave, rubbed his bleary eyes, and saw butterflies! It's spring, cried Alfie. Wake up, Mother! I see a big gray butterfly and lots of little white ones. He thinks he sees them. But when Mother Bear came out, she could only see the soft fall of new snow. Winter's hardly begun, she said. Go back to sleep, Alfie. But when will it be spring? Alfie wanted to know. And Mother Bear mumbled sleepily. When the swallows arrive and there are birds in every tree, then it will be spring. So Mama Bear gave another clue to Alfie, what he might see when it's spring. See if you can remember what Mama Bear said. Colleen, do you remember what she said?
When birds are in every tree.
Yes, so Alfie's going to be looking for birds when he wakes up. So Alfie curled up to sleep again, and when he woke, he was sure it must be time for spring. He crept across the floor. Why is he going quietly?
Because his mother's sleeping.
Mama's sleeping, he doesn't want to wake her. So he crept across the floor, peered outside, and peered is kind of a fancy word for looked, and saw birds in the trees. Mother, wake up, squealed Alfie. Spring is here. The swallows have come, and they are singing in the trees. This is what Alfie's looking at. He thinks he sees the birds in the trees. But Mother Bear could only see icicles and hear the wind whistling in the bare branches. He thought it was birds, but it was really just the leaves with the icicles coming off of the branches. You're dreaming, Alfie, she said. Now go back to sleep. But Mother, said Alfie, when will it be spring? And Mother Bear, already half asleep, grunted. When the sun is bright and the air is warm, then it will be spring. I have an at-home connection for you. If you wake up your grown-ups a few times during the night, are they super happy? How about at our house?
No.
No. When you wake grown-ups up all night long, they get a little cranky. So Mama Bear is trying to be patient with Alfie, but she's getting a little cranky. So Alfie burrowed down in his bed again, And when he woke, he was quite sure spring was here. He padded across the floor, looked outside, and saw a bright sun. "Mother, you've overslept," cried Alfie. "Wake up! Spring is here. The sun is shining, and it's getting warm." I forgot to go over that one. What did Mama say that he would see when he wakes up and it's spring? Colleen?
The sun is shining and it would be warm.
Yeah, the sun's shining and the air is warm. So Alfie wakes up and thinks he sees the sun shining. But Mother Bear could only see the hunter's fires and quickly hustled her cub away. "Now go to sleep," she said. "I will tell you when spring is here." Oh, Mama's frustrated. Alfie's waking her up too much during this winter hibernation. So Alfie slept and dreamed of butterflies, birds, and sunshine until something icy touched his nose. A tiny stream of water was trickling through the cave. Alfie shook his mother awake and she growled, "For the last time, Alfie, it is not spring." But Alfie patted her hopefully until she got up, stomped through the doorway, and saw spring! Mother Bear rubbed her eyes and blinked in the warm, bright light. "Spring is here after all," she said with a smile. "But where is Alfie?" Do you see him, Colleen? She can't find Alfie. Where was he?
He was sleeping in the flowers.
He's sleeping in the flowers. Why is Alfie so tired?
Because he didn't hibernate.
He didn't hibernate. He was awake a lot during the winter trying to find spring. So all the things that Mama Bear said he would see, remember first she said he would see butterflies, and they weren't butterflies, but now they're here. The butterflies are here. She said they'd be looking for new flowers, and here are all the flowers in springtime. And then she told him that he would see birds in every tree. And here they really are this time, birds in the trees. Then she told him he'd see the sun and feel the warm air. And we can tell from the illustration that the sun is out and it is bright. So all those spring things are out. The sun is, the snow is almost gone. And all the flowers are out. There's bunnies in the picture. There's a deer coming out. And here again are all the butterflies, all the spring things, a lot that we talked about last week too. So those are the things that she told Alfie she would see. How far into it is it?
8 minutes.
Okay, we have plenty of time. Okay, so now friends, you know how we do a lot of sequencing at school where we put pictures in order and then we use those pictures to retell our story and see what's going, and retell the story about what's going to happen. So I have our pictures here. And up here, remember we use these for our sparkly story words? For our sparkly story words in the story. These are to remind us to add those words, to add those transition words to the next picture. So here's our pictures that I want to practice putting in order. I have the sun, the birds, and the butterflies. And those were all things in this story that Mama Bear told Alfie that he would see when it was springtime. So I want to ask, I want you guys to think at home first, what did Mama Bear tell Alfie he would see first? When he was first going down to hibernate, he said, "How will I know when it will be spring?" And what did Mama tell him? Did she tell him the first time that he'd see the sun, the birds, or the butterflies? Colleen, you want to try? Do you remember which one it was?
Was it the butterflies?
It was the butterflies, yep. So can you put that one up here in the first spot for us? Thank you, Neil. All right. Then the next time he woke up, what did she tell him he would see? Did she tell him he would see the sunshine and warm air or the birds in every tree? See if you can remember that one. Do you remember?
Mm-hmm. It was the birds.
It was the birds.
Put it up.
Yep. When he went back the next time, she said, "You'll see a bird in every tree." All right, so then this is our last one in this story. So we're going to put this one here. Now friends, I did not bring all of my pointers from school. I only brought one. But here's one of the pointers we use at school when you guys get to be the teachers at school and retell this story. So I'm going to do it for you, okay? First, Alfie went to sleep, and Mama told him when he woke up, he would know it was spring if he saw butterflies. Then she told him when he woke up, he'd know if it was spring if he saw birds. Then she told him he'd know it was spring if he saw the warm sunshine. Then he woke up and it was spring. So let's see, I'm going to tell your grown-ups, and I'm going to send a link with this to them. So if you wanted to print this out at home and put them in order and retell the story, it'll be these 3 pictures. Or you could draw a picture of this at home now and practice retelling. So again, if we want to even use less words, we can say, first Alfie was looking for butterflies. Then Alfie was looking for birds. Then Alfie was looking for the sunshine. And last, Alfie woke up and it was spring. So if you guys want to print it out and do it, or draw pictures of it, and then practice retelling this story to your grown-up or your brothers or sisters, that would be great. All right, now we are going to we're gonna actually sequence one more story. One more quick picture, it's not a story, but. Okay, now we are gonna sequence a flower growing. So let me put these here. I think I'm gonna have to move these a tiny bit. Move our sparkly story word reminders over here. Whoop. Technical difficulties at home. Okay, so Colleen, actually let me show the friends at home. Molly, are you getting good? No. Show this so they can see. So
I can see.
This shows a picture of a watering can. This one shows the picture of the sunshine, which flowers need to grow. This one shows putting the seed inside the soil, and this one shows the flower grown. Okay, so which one would happen first? Would we water it, or put it in the sun, or plant the seed, or would it be grown? Want to try? All right, we're gonna let Colleen do the first one for us.
We
Yeah.
will put a seed in a pot first.
Yep. So first, we'd plant the seed in the dirt. Good job. All right, friends. And then which one would we do next? Would we put water on it, put it in the sun, or would it be grown? Right, ma'am.
Put the plant in a seed.
Good job. Good job. So the next thing we would do is put it in a sunny place. Then what would the next thing we do be? Would we water it every day, or would it be grown?
We will water it each.
You got it. Yep. That's okay. I think it'll still stay. Okay. That's perfect. And then last is easy. When there's only one left, last it would be grown. So let's do this. Let's tell this story of the flower growing, okay? So I'm going to use my pointer again. And I'm going to remember my sparkly story words between that transition us to the next picture. So first, you put the seed in the dirt. Then you put it in the sun. Then you water it. And last, the flower grows. Good job, friends. So that one you could do too if you even wanted to draw pictures of that to tell your grown-up. And for grown-ups or helpers, if your kiddos want to take a picture of any of this or just email me that they did it, you all have my email. I'd love to hear from them. I'd be happy to email everybody back. that would be great. Well, how far are we into?
15.
Okay, we are just going to do one more quick thing, and then I'll do the other activities after the next time we do the story. So this next thing I want to do, is it easier for you if I just stay here? Okay, so the next thing I have here is just a few WH questions. You know, we practiced a lot of who and when and where and why and what. We're going to just do a few questions, a few WH questions about some spring things. So, Colleen, you can pick. You can pick whichever one you want, and then I'll ask you the questions. Okay. All right. So this is a picture. Friends, do you remember what this is called? An umbrella. If you said umbrella, you're right. So let's see. Here's the first question, Colleen. Where do you use an umbrella? Friends at home, think first. Where would you use an umbrella? Colleen?
You would use it outside.
Good job. You use it when you're outside. Very nice. Here's my next question about an umbrella. Friends, when do you use an umbrella? All right, let's see if Colleen knows. Colleen, when do you use an umbrella?
When it's raining outside.
When it's raining outside. Good job. And the last question is, why do you use an umbrella? And go, why do we use an umbrella? Colleen?
So you don't get wet in the rain.
Exactly, so you don't get wet in the rain. An umbrella keeps us dry in the rain. Good job. All right. Next one, Colleen. Ooh, what do we have here, friends? Do you remember what this is called? If you said rainbow, you're right. It's a rainbow. Colleen, when do you... Oh, sorry. Let me ask the friends at home first. The first question she's going to get is, when do you see a rainbow? What do you think?
When sun and water mix, when sun and rain mix after they mix.
Yes, we see rainbows don't happen often because rainbows happen when the sun is out, but it's also raining. That's when we see a rainbow. The next question is, where do you see a rainbow? Friends, do you remember where we see a rainbow? Colleen?
Up in the sky.
In the sky, exactly. We see it in the sky. Friends, last question is, what does a rainbow look like? This might be helpful. Colleen, what does a rainbow look like?
It looks like curves, like half circles with the colors red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and violet.
Yes, good job. It's all the different colors we see of the rainbow, in a rainbow. Good job, nice and colorful. All right, Colleen, one more. Oh, what's this one, friends? If you said frog, you're right. It's a frog. What color is a frog? Colleen?
Green.
Green. Frogs are green. Where do you see a frog? Colleen, where do you see frogs?
Outside, usually like near a pond.
Ponds. We see frogs in the ponds. Good job. The last question is, why do frogs hop? Colleen?
They hop to like move around.
Yeah, they hop to get around. Very, very good. All right, friends, you did a great job listening. We'll be back again with this story with a few more activities later on in the week. I hope you all are good. I miss seeing you all. Bye-bye.
Bye.